Many business owners think n8n is just like having custom software, and it's not. And that mistake is costing you millions of dollars potentially. My name is Aaron Figueroa. I'm a software engineer who helps mid-sized businesses use automation to save 60% on overhead at Wildfire Growth AI. And I'm going to show you the hard truth about platforms like n8n, where they help and where they guarantee a crash. You'll see the exact $0 cost threshold where an easy automation decision turns into a catastrophic multi-million-dollar rebuild, and I'll share the client case study, a credit building company that built their new core system on n8n only to have it break down the moment they started growing. And by the end of this video, you'll have a 3-point framework to know for sure if your business needs a quick MVP or a custom foundation built to scale forever. Here's the thing most business owners get backwards. They choose based on initial cost instead of total value. They see n8n's free tier and assume it's a smart financial decision. And I'll share the exact framework we use to determine when custom software pays for itself. But first, let's start with what n8n does well, then uncover where it breaks down. If you want practical AI and automation resources plus direct access to me to ask me questions about your specific situation, just join our free community at school.com/AiOps. I personally answer questions there and share the latest tactics we're using with clients. 3 clear indicators tell you when custom makes the most sense. First, you plan to expand this part of your business. Second, it requires complex logic. Or third, it serves a lot of people. The growth test is pretty simple. If this automation will be core to serving more customers, build custom from the start. Don't wait until you hit n8n's limits with paying customers depending on you. Technical thresholds give you concrete numbers as well. Are you processing over 100,000 executions monthly or handling sensitive data? Then that all points to using custom solutions. Business logic complexity matters too. So when your workflow needs sophisticated conditional branching or just say custom algorithms, visual builders become way more of a hindrance than they actually help. The de-risk approach eliminates platform dependency and gives you complete control. So you're not at the mercies of n8n's roadmap, pricing changes, or technical limitations. Competitive advantage comes from proprietary automation systems that competitors can't easily replicate. So custom solutions become part of your business advantage. Here's the cost perspective shift that changes everything. Custom solutions cost more upfront, but eliminate ongoing platform limitations and workarounds. So you pay once instead of paying forever. This framework determines when custom software pays for itself. So basically, use n8n for validation and proof of concept and build custom for growth and competitive advantage. A client of mine, a mid-sized e-commerce company, wanted to test a new automated personalization strategy for abandoned carts. Instead of committing to a 6-figure custom build, we used n8n to connect their Shopify API to a custom LLM and their email service. The goal wasn't to scale, it was more validation. We built it and let it run for about 2 months and proved that we did have a 20% conversion bump in that same month. Then we killed the workflow. And this is what I would think is the perfect use case for n8n. We're talking fast, low-cost proof of concept. n8n excels at rapid prototyping and proving business value quickly. The free self-hosted option lets you validate automated concepts without that upfront investment. The visual builder gets stakeholders to buy in faster because you can show exactly how the automation works. And n8n works perfectly for straightforward integrations between established platforms with stable APIs. So think lead enrichment workflows, basic CRM synchronization, and notification systems. These are the well-defined processes with clear inputs and outputs. Here's the MVP mindset that matters. So use n8n to prove that your automation concept works and generates business value. The key insight is this: n8n shines when you need to answer, will this automation work? It doesn't shine when you need the answer, can this scale with our growth? You can build, deploy, and measure results in days instead of weeks for validating concepts and proving ROI. And for that speed matters. But here's where most business owners make a critical mistake. They assume what works for MVP will work at scale. So here's the fatal flaw: error handling. We looked at over 200 live business workflows, and what did we find? Well, practically all of them, so 97% of them lack proper error handling. So think about it. When something breaks, you don't get a notification. You find out only when the customer starts calling, or maybe your accounting is off or something. These are silent failures. Your lead flow stalls, your data sinks, and your team just assumes everything is fine. And that's a blind spot. And you can't afford that as a mid-sized business. And then there's the volume wall. n8n starts hitting major performance bottlenecks right around 100,000 monthly executions. And guess what? That's exactly when businesses like yours start seeing real growth. So right now, when you need reliability most, n8n slows down, eats up memory, and becomes unreliable. What starts as a simple flow quickly becomes a tangled web. So if your business logic requires more than 50 nodes per workflow, that visual interface goes from helpful to complete nightmare that nobody on your team really wants to debug. And security is a massive headache. Our analysis found public webhooks without authentication and hard-coded secrets in live systems. We're talking about a security nightmare waiting to take down your business and expose sensitive data. This was live. Like, anybody could have taken your secrets and your passcodes and gotten into the business. That's how serious this was. This brings us back to the credit building company. They needed an AI agent to read thousands of credit reports accurately and safely, and it then couldn't handle the influx of new customers. And the system didn't just slow down, it just crashed. We built a custom AWS solution, purpose-built for high volume and designed with ironclad security. The result was they handled 10x the volume without a single outage. This is the difference between an automation tool and true business system. So this is the maintenance trap, right? Your team ends up spending more time managing n8n workflows and fixing performance issues than actually solving business problems. All that initial time and cost savings, well, it vanishes into operational overhead draining your profit. The real decision point for you is simple. When your automation is core to your customer's experience, n8n's limitations stop being technical quirks and become existential business risks. And that's the reality check that every business owner really needs to hear. So I would say this: choose based on where your business is going, not where it is today. So if you're expecting growth in this area, build a foundation that grows with you. With custom software, you build it once and you can infinitely scale. And if you want to know more about how we do this, visit wildfiregrowth.ai and book a call with me to discuss your automation foundation.